Hi, I'm here today just to educate you on one single thing. If you're on your spiritual awakening, I want you to pause and listen to this. There's a term in the spiritual world that I don't hear talked about very often, and it's very, very important. It's called spiritual bypassing. So this is just to give you information. I'm going to put the definition on the next page and share a couple more slides with you. Spiritual bypass or spiritual bypassing is a tendency to use spiritual ideas and practices to sidestep or avoid facing unresolved emotional issues, psychological wounds, and/or unfinished developmental tasks. Some examples of this include avoiding feelings of anger. So that's like, oh, I feel really crappy about this right now. Let me just replace it with something good. Or believing your own spiritual superiority as a way to hide from insecurities. Extremely high, often unobtainable ideas. Or focusing only on spirituality and completely ignoring the present. Some other examples are pretending that things are fine when they're clearly not. Thinking people can simply overcome their problems just through positive thinking, or thinking you must rise above your emotions. A good example of this is, let's say a relative regularly crosses boundaries, behaves in ways that are hurtful to family members, but rather than confront this behavior, those who have been harmed feel that they need to repress their anger and remain overly tolerant because you're so spiritually abundant and serene and sound. So we're just going to ignore it. The other thing down below here is it is often used to dismiss the very real concerns of people who are dealing with problems. People who are faced with discrimination are often advised to simply be nice, civil, or patient when dealing with a blatant issue, an abuse problem. It suggests people can rely only on individually having positive thinking to overcome complex social issues. Spiritual bypassing is a form of defense mechanism. It protects us from things that seem too painful to deal with. But this protection comes at a cost because ignoring or avoiding the issue can make the stress worse in the long term and make the problem more difficult to solve later. Avoidance is primary motivator behind this type of behavior. There are other factors that play a role in shaping it. There are very, very, very important side effects of this, okay? It could cause spiritual narcissism, and that involves using spiritual practices as a way to increase your self-importance. And it often involves using spirituality to build the individual up by also wielding it as a weapon to tear others down. People engage in spiritual bypassing when they think that they should not be feeling what they're feeling. The negative emotions can be overwhelming. Feelings of anger, jealousy, disgust, annoyance, and rage can be distressing, and people may find themselves feeling ashamed or guilty for feeling or thinking such things. The whole point is, some habits that you form can be changed overnight because they're very, very surface level. But some of the things that really, really trigger you are coming from deep, deep within, and you have to resolve them